What is up? I'm a little elevated right now compared to normal. This is crazy. It's crazy. I'm up here for real. I'm trying to get more, and I look like a giant though, I guess, compared to my room, but like I'm more in frame. So we're gonna roll with it. Here's something I used to always say, okay? For like 3 years now, one of my things that I've always stuck with is I feel like the world would be better if we didn't have the scene sense. Obviously, it would be a little hard to navigate, but so much of what we do is literally based on just what we can see. Like so much, so much. Like you hear so many words and you just picture in your mind what it is. Like your memories play a role in your future, like heavily, very heavily. Just what you experience with your vision. So much so that it almost like backfires because so many people only make decisions based on their vision. And it kind of, what about everything else? One big issue I see nowadays is that people don't spend the time to actually understand what's going on for a lot of things because there's just so much going on that it's kind of hard to. I don't blame them. So then it's like they got to rely on something. And you know what they rely on? Their eyes, right? Like seeing is believing. Yeah, well, that gets you in a few bad situations, doesn't it? Because maybe you shouldn't just trust that. This is not bro's name, but let's say I have a friend Dominic, okay? And Dominic likes woman, okay? And he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, this woman was talking to me and she's like all cool and stuff, but she got a big nose." So I had to block her, right? I'm sure we've all heard things like that before where it's like something visual makes it just not gonna work. But like every other video, okay? Zoom out here and understand how freaking stupid that is. And then normally when I talk about how stupid it is, people are like, well, you should have standards for yourself. You should value yourself. You should try to find someone that you're actually gonna like, right? I don't think you understand that so much of what you're attracted to and whatnot is because like you were told to be attracted to it. Like it's like you weren't born like that. So I think that's the real issue here is that if someone has a big nose, but you get along with them really well, and you spent 10 years with them, I don't think that's gonna be an issue. I don't like there. I don't know. If you genuinely enjoy the person and you like are in love with their personality, bro, then I don't get why that's an issue. Okay, but people are so focused on like having to see, and not only just an attraction standpoint, because the attraction standpoint is what like ruins people's lives, right? Like that's how people spend years and years and years, with someone they think is like really pretty when they freaking hate the person. It's backfiring here. Like this is supposed to help us, but in reality, our eyes are like ruining you. So that's why I kind of always stuck with it. That was one reason. Another reason was just because so much people based it like on me too. Like for example, when I was doing music younger, I was really into rap music, but I felt like if I talked about it in school, bro, people would make fun of me. But if I was like black or something, dude, they would look at me and be like, "Oh, you're cool. It's better," right? Like they would literally perceive it better just because of that. Same with money, right? Like people use their eyes to see that you might have something more bougier than they do, and that makes you like cooler, but even though you're just like a human, right? Like it kind of like you make a lot of leaps of judgment just with this. Like it's kind of backfiring. It's supposed to be used for like survival and stuff, and it's like we're totally changing everything. We're using it to like manipulate. We're using it to play these games. So it's like kind of ruining everything. So that's why I was always like, it would be cool if we were all blind, bro. If we were all blind and it was like we somehow had a safe way of not running into things. Because obviously if you're blind, that wouldn't be that cool, I guess, because like you couldn't like drive, couldn't really walk, you couldn't really do much. But besides that point, how we would treat each other would be 10 times better, 100 times better. Like we just wouldn't care about things. Like we would literally like imagine you can only base someone off just by like their voice, just by things like that. Like it'd be so much better. Like that tells you whether someone's gonna be nice or mean, so much more than their looks. But sometimes like you see someone and you instantly assume they're bad just because of how they look. Like that's not what it should be, in my opinion. So that's why I was like, that would be cool if we were all blind. Like I don't know, bro. Uh, what I do think is going on too is that there's probably like there could be like a ghost behind me right now that's watching me that I don't even see. Like it could just be right there, and I got no clue. And imagine how they live because they don't got like a physical body. So if they like interact with like other like spirits and whatnot, they just be like friends, bro. They're just chilling. They're bullying. Like it's fine. And then we're over here spending so much time about freaking just visual stuff that also it like goes away. The prettiest person when they're like 20 dude, car accident. Now they got to get face surgery. Now they're not the prettiest person anymore. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna break up with them just because of that? Or are you gonna be like, I actually love you when you really freaking didn't? So that so many issues that are at play here. If you're making a movie and you want to star the prettiest actors, I guess that kind of makes more sense, right? Like whatever, then it like kind of makes whatever, you want to make it like more visually appealing. But people act like their life's a movie. When you go out to the grocery store, like just because you're with someone like prettier, man, like it's not gonna like boost your credit. I know so many people who block someone out of their life, who treat someone different just due to that. Just do because they don't think they're the most attractive person. Like, not everyone has to be that. You know what gets me really mad is I'm not even one of those people, but what I hear when I try to like give this opinion that I'm giving right now is some people will be like, yeah, especially when the person who's saying it is ugly themselves. And like that shouldn't even be in, you're literally doing what I'm saying. Like, if you think someone that isn't a 10 out of 10 isn't able to like not want someone else because of their looks, that like is the same thing. That's literally just as bad as the person who's saying the things about the looks. Like there's no difference there. I hear that so much. They'd be like, Dominic was calling my friend ugly, but Dominic isn't even hot. So why does it matter? Like you're the same mindset as Dominic. Like you're doing the same thing here. So I think that's also dumb. I think no matter if you're pretty or not, basing someone on their looks just shouldn't be happening. Like I don't know. Is that a controversial take here? You can't control your looks. Like we all know this, right? So if you were born conventionally more attractive, that just gives you like access to be able to comment on other people's like that also is messed up. That's just as messed up. That's just as messed up as the one commenting on the looks, thinking that they're allowed to comment. Like both sides of that, crazy, stupid. What I think is no matter if you're up here or down here in looks, you should just treat people like people, bro. And if you're attracted to someone, you gotta understand what's really going on here, okay? Zoom out. You're attracted to someone. What's going on? Your brain is wired to just freaking reproduce. Nothing in your brain is thinking about a marriage. Nothing in your brain's like in 10 years, 20 years, we're gonna be living together. No. It just wants right now. Right now. So, you gotta take a step back and be like, how about I have a friend here that I get along with, but they got a big nose. And then I have a friend over here that's like really, really pretty, but we don't really get along that much. We actually have nothing in common. Zoom out. Which one do you think is the better option? Which one do you think is more lifelong? Which one do you think is gonna last? Like, if you think about it like that, it's really, really, really simple. It's pretty simple here. If you're just going for someone like pretty just because of their looks, man, if you get the best of both worlds, that's great. If you find someone's pretty and you get along with them really, really well, that's fine, right? I'm talking about the people who are like, I need someone pretty. I have all these friends who I get along with, but they're not pretty enough. Like, it's like, bro, those are the same type of people who cry about like being single. So in my opinion, it's just insecurity, right? Like, you can't be walking around going, why don't I have a girlfriend? When your standards are like all the way up here. And you'd also be fine dating someone who you don't get along with. Like, that's just not, even if you had a girlfriend, it wouldn't be like a true girlfriend. So that's the issue here. But I know so many people like this, like way too many. I feel like it's just common now, like social media and all that, like definitely boost this to the max, like the max. People just thinking like that is perfectly normal. And then when they start thinking about it, their friends start thinking about it. Like, it's just what's normal now. But I would freaking love for it not to be. I think if we were all blind, it would benefit how we treat each other. That's what I think. Let me know how you feel. Do you agree, disagree? Do you think that's L take? I think it's kind of a W. I think there's a lot to learn. If you're just going after someone for their looks, it probably means you don't like yourself, if we're going to be honest here. If you're very happy with yourself, even if you don't even have to be like good looking to be happy with yourself. You just got to have things to be happy about. And then at that point, it won't really matter whether you have a 10 or a 10 or not. Like, it's like, who freaking cares? You know what I mean? You just want to be happy. So at that point, that's when you find a relationship. When you're with someone like friend-wise for like a really long time and you're like, we get along really good. Guess what? That can be the one you marry. Oh, so like worry about that in the future, man. That'd be my advice. Like, stop caring so much about just right now. I want someone pretty to show off. I want all that. How about you do something to show off? Like, it's like stop relying on the other people. Silly goose. But though I know way too many people like that, and I would like love to give them this talk, but they're the type of people who wouldn't freaking listen to the talk. So I don't even know if this is gonna reach nobody. I don't know. But I find that really important to talk about, and I want to leave it as a staple in the channel, because I think being blind, bro, would go crazy. Come on, like now that you've heard all of this, if we were all blind, we'd be so nice to each other. You couldn't even like dap people up though. Like you couldn't even hug them. I mean, guess you could, but it would be very difficult and kind of scary too. Like you're hugging someone and they could just like, and you would have no clue. Like, can you see them like reaching? They could have like a gun on them or like a weapon. You got no clue. It would be really scary. But besides that, I was trying to think in other ways. Like if we all saw black and white, but that would still have that issue. What do you think? What would be a good way to solve this issue right here, where we could still be able to like, drive a car and not just hope that that we're going? Like I don't know. Like you need to be able to like see things, but then also seeing things is a disadvantage. So there's a lot of ways that this could go, but let me know how you feel. Maybe I changed someone's mind if they never thought like this before. Maybe you think and this is crazy and dumb, and you think I'm the insecure one. Whoa. Tell me how you feel. But truly, I just want this to be taken as advice. Act like you're blind for a little bit, right? Judge people based on how they're talking. Judge people based on what they're saying, what their interests are. Not just freaking how they're presenting themselves. Unless they got like a weapon or something. Then it's like, yeah, you can make a pretty big conclusion right there. But there's so much you can't control. So much. No matter how pretty or ugly you are, bro. So much you can't control. So why do you act like people control it? Like, I don't know. But, you are great. And you can do big things that surpass any type of attraction. Looking at someone who's a 10 out of 10 might be like cool for like 5 seconds. But like imagine if you created something that was a 10 out of 10, that you could like experience. That'd be better than any type of eye candy. So that would be my advice. Also, the people who like act like that are also the ones who like waste a lot of time and who are like on TikTok all day and stuff. At least from the ones that are around me who act like that. So it's like, bro, kind of proves my point, Like maybe do something yourself and then you won't feel like that anymore. But hey, hope it's something you learn. If you disagree now, you probably come back someday and be like, oh, should have listened. I don't know. Just me. Okay. Okay, bye. If you like this talk, I probably got more, so go check them out. Leave a like if this connected with you. Leave a like if I changed your mind. And if I didn't, bro, tell me why. But don't leave a dislike, 'cause it's just mean. So don't be mean, but like tell me what's up. Okay, bye.